Well, our journey from the west coast of Ireland to the east coast of England started really, really well. Remember that for every pound weight of fish we catch, we can travel 1 mile, and we've got a long way to go, all right. But yesterday at Killary, we managed to catch 32 3/4 pounds of fish off the shore, which exceeded our wildest dreams. It got us off to a great start. Now, we've used up 20 of those pounds to get here. This is the top end of Loch Corrib at a place called Marm, and we've come here because we're going to take a gamble. Now, the more fish we can catch in this early part of the journey, the better it is, because it's a long way we've got to go. We're going to get difficult days, so we need to add pounds weight of fish to our keep net. And we think here, at the top end of Loch Corrib, we've got a chance of catching bream, roach bream hybrids and roach. But I've never fished here before, and all we're going on is rumours. If it comes off, it's going to be spectacular. If we get it wrong, well, we've wasted 20 pounds or 20 miles. We'll see what happens. It looks a great area, doesn't it? Brian's brought us across to this bay here. Well, we're exposed to the elements, but we'll take our chances. Put a bag of that in me.
That's it. That's yours. Smells good.
Well, I've just had a bite, a big drop back, and I've definitely got a fish on. It's really hard to tell what's going on out in this wave. The wind's switched round now. It's coming across the side of us, and Corrib's just spitting its venom at us now. It's almost as if it's saying, don't be so stupid, go home. But I've got a perch here. It's not a monster, about £1/2 pound. But there it is. At least we've caught something. Beautiful looking fish, absolutely immaculate actually, look at that. And I can give myself £1/2 pound without worrying about the keep net. If I get some bream and roach, of course, we'll do that, but just slip this fish back. Just nice to get a bite.
Oh, that didn't look very... Well, this isn't a lot to show for an hour's casting, but at least it's going to take us on another mile or two, and on a day like it's been today, it's very welcome. Little jack pike of about 1.5 pounds, I suppose. At least it'll get us on another couple of miles, and I think maybe that one combined with Matt's perch probably weigh about £2 between the two of them. But I'm beginning to think now that we're not really building up enough mileage. I think it's time for us to talk about having a move, and I've been thinking about getting back up to the harbour where we started off. I saw a few roach topping up there. Put this little chap back, then I'll go and have a word with Matt and see what he thinks.
We've just started fishing here on the harbour where the river just cuts into a channel before it enters the lake, and I've had 2 or 3 casts in feeding maggots on the waggler, and I'm into a fish straight away. Yeah, that's a nice fish. That's definitely one for the net. Roach bream hybrid, and if there's a few of these about, you can build up a good net of fish quite quickly.
Well, with that fish from Matt, today's total is now 2 3/4 pounds. Just trotting maggots down the swim on the current, and I've hooked quite a nice fish actually. Oh, lovely fish. That's going to take us a couple of miles anyway. It's got a fairly roach looking head, but there's a lot of bream in this. It's more bream than roach actually.
There we go, now that's really interesting. First putting on the pole and I'm into a fish. I decided to change tactics because the problem here is that the water's very deep. It's about 12 foot in front of me, but that depth varies a great deal, and we've also got the problem of this backflow here. That's a nice fish. Looks like a roach, this one. Here he comes. Nice. Well, that's really interesting actually. First putting on the pole and I've got one. I know one swallow doesn't make a summer, but that's a beautiful roach. That's not a hybrid, that one. Proper clean roach. It's got beautiful reddish fins, silver body coloration, Very, very nice fish. Put it in the keep net. Now, because of the awkward flow here, the flow's basically coming backwards towards me, and the depth, the uneven nature of the bottom, I decided that basically I was wasting my time by loose feeding and fishing on the float. So I decided to use much heavier ground bait, put maggots inside the ground bait and feed heavy balls of ground bait into the swim. The idea being to bomb the bait down to the bottom. So the ground bait balls go in, they're much denser than the mix I was using in the feeder. They plummet to the bottom, they break up on the bottom, releasing the maggots. And it appears to have worked because what I'm doing is fishing and feeding in the same place, whereas before I'm pretty sure my feeder was just getting washed all over the place. So it's been a successful tactic, at least on the first throw in. Let's just see if we can repeat the success with another one. Well, it's the end of our second day. How have you got on, mate?
Well, I haven't done great. I had a very nice hybrid. Do you want to take a look, see what I got?
Yeah.
Oh, I fished harder than that.
That and more breastfeeders
I've got-
in there. Don't let them go.
I'll tell you what, I scraped the bottom today.
You certainly have.
Let's have a look what we've got there. Well, there you are, mate. £4, 2 ounces. We're calling 4-pounders around here.
Yeah, that's pretty good, I think. Well done, mate. Do you want me to get mine now?
Yeah?
I've done quite well, Brownie.
You haven't half. Oh, get them in the way, mate.
It worked really well. I've had some really nice roach and some good hybrids as well. This is proper Irish fishing here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's your lot.
Scales are 0, look.
Okay.
Oh, you've done well, mate. 18
18 and a half.
18 and a half.
Well, that's all right, isn't it?
Very good effort, mate. Very good. Well done, mate.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic because when you think about it, we've got 18 and a half pound there.
Yeah.
£4 you just caught, that's 22 and a half.
Yeah, correct.
And we had £2 earlier on.
Yeah,
That's 24 and a half.
correct.
Plus we'd already got £12 in our keep net, don't forget. So we finished day 2 with £36 and a half